The pre-2025 was the era of GPTs and chatbots. 2025 was the year chatbots became agents, systems that can browse, click, and actually finish tasks. Today I'm closing the year with a fast, month-by-month recap of what happened in AI in 2025, and then 5 predictions for 2026, when agents stop feeling like tools and start acting like coworkers. No fluff, one headline per month, so you can feel the arc of the year quickly. Here's the pattern you'll notice across the whole year. Reasoning got stronger, tools got connected, memory became persistent, multimodal creation became practical, and regulation became real. January set the tone. OpenAI previewed Operator, a computer-using agent that can operate a browser like a human assistant, clicking, scrolling, and completing tasks. And at the same time, we saw open-weight reasoning spike into the mainstream conversation with DeepSeek R1, showing that strong reasoning wasn't locked behind closed doors anymore. February was when regulation stopped being theoretical. Early EU AI Act provisions started applying, including prohibited practices and a real push for AI literacy. In other words, the compliance clock wasn't a someday problem, it became a right now checklist. March reminded everyone what sits underneath every AI leap: compute. At NVIDIA GTC, the conversation was about the next wave of GPUs and systems designed for reasoning and agent workloads, the kind of infrastructure needed when models don't just answer, but act. April was a double shot. OpenAI released O3 and O4 Mini, reasoning models that can agentically use tools in ChatGPT. That's important because it's a shift from I can talk about doing the work to I can actually do the work inside a tool chain. And on the open side, Meta released Llama 4 variants and previewed a larger flagship, reinforcing that open ecosystems were accelerating too. May made it undeniable. Agents were becoming real products. Microsoft announced multi-agent orchestration at Build, which is basically a blueprint for agent teams, not just a single assistant. Anthropic launched Claude 4 with a heavy emphasis on coding and long-running agent workflows. And Google I/O pushed generative media into a more usable direction with Veo 3 and Flow, creative tooling that's closer to production than pure demo. June pushed AI deeper into devices and operating systems. Apple announced new Apple Intelligence capabilities, including live translation and updates to visual intelligence, which signals the direction clearly: less typing, more ambient assistance embedded into everyday workflows. July was the Governance and Implementation Month. The EU Commission published a training content summary template for general-purpose AI providers alongside other GPAI materials, meaning transparency was being operationalized, not just debated. And on the product side, OpenAI updated Operator. It became integrated directly into ChatGPT as agent mode, moving agent capability into the main product experience. August was one of the biggest inflection points. OpenAI introduced GPT-5 as a unified system that can decide when to respond quickly and when to think longer, a product shift toward routing and adaptive reasoning. And in the EU, the rules for general-purpose AI models entered into application, tightening expectations around transparency and accountability. September was about creators and memory, two themes that define where things go next. Google upgraded Veo 3 and Veo 3 Fast with vertical output, better resolution options, and lower pricing, making AI video more practical for real workflows. And Anthropic introduced memory for Claude Team and Enterprise, plus incognito chats, turning assistants into something closer to a consistent collaborator instead of a blank slate every session. October became the browser battleground. OpenAI launched ChatGPT Atlas, an AI browser with agent mode, putting the assistant inside the browsing environment itself. And naturally, security concerns went mainstream. Once agents browse and act, prompt injection and tool misuse stop being theoretical risks and start becoming real operational threats. November wasn't only about raw intelligence, it was about product experience. OpenAI released GPT 5.1 with new personality presets and instant versus thinking behavior, emphasizing something important. Style, tone, and controllability become real product surfaces when people use these systems daily. And December closed with a reliability signal. OpenAI published work around GPT 5.2 for science and math, focusing on stronger performance in domains where accuracy matters and showcasing how these systems can contribute when paired with careful verification. So what happened in 2025, really? 2025 was the year AI moved from talking to doing. Reasoning got stronger. Tool use became normal. Memory became persistent. Multimodal creation, especially video, moved toward real workflows. And governance shifted from principles to timelines and templates. That's why I call 2025 chatbots to agents. Now let's talk about 2026, because this is where it gets serious. In 2026, agents won't feel like apps you open. They'll feel like coworkers you assign outcomes to. Here are 5 predictions. Prediction 1. The default interface becomes agent plus workspace, not chat plus prompt. You won't just ask for information, you'll assign results. Draft the proposal. Plan the trip. Fix the spreadsheet. Ship the update. The agent will execute across tools and return with receipts. Prediction 2. Multi-agent teams become the standard architecture. Real deployments won't be one assistant. They'll look like a manager agent delegating to specialists. Research, coding, operations, design, plus a tool router and a policy layer that controls permissions and logging. Agent coworkers will be organized like teams, not like single personalities. Prediction 3. Memory becomes regulated work context. Persistent memory will be normal, but governed. Expect editable memory, project boundaries, retention controls, and admin settings, because always remember is useful until it becomes risky. Prediction 4. Agent security becomes a top budget line. As agents browse and act, the biggest risks won't just be hallucinations. They'll be manipulation, prompt injection, tool abuse, data leakage. The winners will be the ones that build real defenses. Sandboxing, allow lists, monitoring, and serious evaluation before agents touch sensitive systems. Prediction 5. Generative video becomes a full production pipeline. Not just clips, but workflows. Storyboard to scenes, edit to audio, versioning for vertical and widescreen, and integration with publishing. The winners won't just generate, they'll help creators produce end-to-end. So here's the bottom line. 2025 made AI powerful and action-oriented. 2026 will make AI operational, inside your workflows, inside your tools, inside your daily work. 2025 was the year chatbots became agents, and 2026 is the year agents become coworkers. And because AI is moving insanely fast, I'll be launching my course called AI Generalist soon. So subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss the update. I'll see you in the next year. Happy New Year.